G'day everyone, welcome back to Europe 1100. Today the much requested installation video for Erik's troops, including each of the optional add-ons such as POC config. So first thing to do, make sure you've downloaded Europe 1100 and follow the installation guide, the Nexus instructions on the attached video. It's very important that you get Europe 1100 itself running first before you try Erik's troops, okay? Because you don't want to have to troubleshoot things all the way back to the start. So follow the existing guide, get it running, and then you can proceed to start installing Erik's troops. So once you're ready, go over to Erik's and start downloading the mod itself as well as all of the dependencies. Rather than using the requirements tab, I suggest you use the links that Erik's provided here and do it in order. I've done everything with the exception of the bottom four, only because they don't require any other config changes. So just follow each of these links. I like to do it in another tab, like this. We've already got Europe 1100. And then I'll close them once I've actually downloaded it, so I know I've got the file. Cool. Okay. Once we've got all of those, we're going to have a bunch of downloads here. And I've actually split these into two folders. These ones are submodules, and these ones here are the add-in patches. I've just done that to make it easy for myself, but the difference is when you extract these, and I'm using WinRAR, suggest you do the same. These will just have a folder, or it might say modules first, but within that will be the mod folder, and within that will be a sub-module. This means it's a standalone mod on its own. Whereas the patches will not have a sub-module, in most cases just have a few files inside them. When we extract those, we're going to overwrite some existing items. That's why they're patches. So let's go ahead and extract each of these into our Bannerlord folder. Now sometimes the mods will come an extra layer deep, so they have this modules and then the actual mod one layer down. Up to you how you do this, but you're either extracting into the modules folder or the one before. I prefer to go to this stage and then just extract everything into modules. I've already got this here, so I'll just overwrite. Okay, so you're going to do that for everything that we've downloaded. Okay, once we've done that, we'll move over to the patches. And I'll do these one at a time just to show where they're supposed to go. So expanded Bannerlord Armory. This one, you can just take the parent folder and put that into the modules folder because it's got the required folder structure already. But if it's in the right place, it will ask you to overwrite like this, which you're going to say yes. Okay, RBM add-ons, we can see this one is just the file, so we do need to pick the right location. So that's going to be within RBM and then module data. Again, asking me to overwrite. POC config. So we can see this has a submodule. So this means we're going to go into the POC folder directly. Just be careful when you're using WinRAR. Sometimes doesn't go back straight to where you were. Okay, we're extracting this one into POC color. Again, asking me to overwrite, so I know it's in the right place. And last, our Vagia Armory patch for RBM. Again, we can see this is just an items file. So that is going to go into the RBM module data folder. Cool. All right. So the next thing we need to do is update the Raise Your Banner config. So step 7 down here. So let's go to our config file, and we can see the Archer and Archer 2 lines need to be changed to 0. Archer 2 is already 0 now. So save and close. You can do this in any text editor. I've got Notepad++, but you can just use vanilla Notepad as well. Okay, we're now ready to test this out. I suggest you use the load order that Erik suggested, or actually what I'm trying to say is I suggest you leave this screen open and you can check it against your launcher. So let's follow Erik's recommendations here. Harmony, MCM, Butterlib, UI Extender. They're generally done for you, so that's easy. We then want to do our items next, so EBA. In fact, let's enable everything here. I don't have any other mods except the recommended ones, so I'm happy to tick them all. So EBA after the Tailworld stuff. Vega Armory next. Okay, so expanded Bannerlord Armory, Vega Armory, other mods. In this case, that's going to be Bannerfix. Then we want RBM, better pikes, breakable pole arms, POC config. Then Europe map, Europe 1100, and finally Erik's troops. We'll just move Raise Your Banner up here above RBM. Okay, at this point we should be ready to go. Let's give it a test run. If you get a crash on the loading screen there, it's probably your UI Extender version. So all looking good so far. There are some mod options in here, so better pikes and breakable pole arms, so you can play with those. We'll leave it for default for now. And let's jump into a new game and see if this worked. Load times are longer on Erik's than on vanilla Europe 1100, just because there's more files, more things to load. But I find save games are better than when you start a new game. Okay, so if you've made it this far, you should be all good. We'll just grab anything for our character creation. Okay, I'm quickly going to throw on a couple of cheats here. Just so we can put a party together and test this out. Let's do some gold. Let's do some renown. We'll go and buy a bit of stuff. Horses. Food. And we'll get some troops. Now, at this point, we can see we've got Erik's troops loaded in here, and we can actually see the new assets as well, which is great. We'll grab a few pikemen because we want to see if our better pikes are working. And I might grab a few Byzantine troops because they have the nice shields. Let's go some of these guys. That'll do. Okay, great. So let's go back a step. Have a look at some of these troops, and yeah, these are all looking good. No missing clothing pieces, and we can see all the great new assets in there. So we'll quickly get a fight, jump into a battle as well. Hand over your goods or die, and we'll just make sure our POC config and LSCD's shield patterns are working as well.
On my orders.
So let's just take a quick look here. And yeah, here we go. We can see our nice custom shield patterns loaded in there, which is fantastic. It's pretty hard to run with no riding skill and a crap horse. Yep, there we go. All looking good. So if you managed to get all this far, you should be good to go. Everything working with Erik's troops and all of the other suggested and attached mods. So that's it. We'll see you in game, and yeah, see you next time.